If you don't work on yourself every single day, life will eventually work against you. That's a hard truth many people try to avoid. They wait for the perfect time, wait for motivation, wait for someone else to push them. But waiting is not a strategy. Growth is not passive. The people who succeed don't sit around hoping to feel ready. They build consistently, daily, and deliberately. This isn't just another motivational speech. This is a challenge. Are you building habits that shape your life, or letting bad habits shape you? Are distractions running your day, or are you taking full responsibility for your future? These questions define everything. Because the truth is, your future depends on the decisions you make today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Start with something simple, yet powerful. Get out of bed when your alarm rings. It sounds small, but it's not. That moment when your alarm goes off, and you're still tired, still tempted to roll over, that's the first battle of your day. And if you win that battle, you've already gained momentum. If you lose it, you're teaching yourself that comfort is more important than purpose. Every time you hit snooze, you train your brain to delay discipline. That 5 extra minutes turns into a day, then a week, then a life lived far below your potential. Discipline isn't built on massive, dramatic efforts. It's built in small, repeated victories, like honoring your promise to get up at the time you said you would. That's where self-respect is born. And there's a quiet confidence that grows from doing what you say you'll do. It's not about motivation. It's about decision. A decision that says, I'm not putting my future on hold for a little more comfort. Next step. Work without distractions. Learn to focus. You don't need to give up your whole life or abandon all your interests. But you do need to stop chasing everything at once. Your mind works best when it's clear, and clarity only comes when you cut the noise. Stop checking your phone every few minutes. Stop scrolling endlessly. Start building mental space. Ask yourself, what's the one goal that would change my life right now? Not the easiest one. The most important one. That's your priority. Now block out everything else. Say no to time wasters. Say no to people who drain you. Your future isn't built by saying yes to everything, it's built by focusing on what really matters. If it means waking up earlier or turning your phone off for 2 hours, do it. If it means working in silence or missing out on short-term pleasure, do it. Discipline isn't about being perfect, it's about being committed. You don't need to be fast. You need to be consistent. Real progress doesn't come from doing something once, it comes from doing the right thing daily, even when it feels slow. The world rewards those who keep showing up. Now let's talk about posture. Yes, posture. It may sound unrelated, but how you carry yourself affects everything. Your body and mind are always talking to each other. Slouched shoulders lead to slouched thoughts. Hesitant steps lead to hesitant actions. But when you stand tall, hold your head high, and move with purpose, you send a message, not just to others, but to yourself. People notice. You notice. You feel more confident, more awake, more capable. And that physical strength starts to translate into emotional resilience. You stop shrinking when life gets hard. You stop hiding when it gets uncomfortable. You show up. You don't need designer clothes or massive achievements to walk like you matter. Just stand tall. Breathe with intention. Walk like your life has meaning, because it does. You're not here to blend in or just survive. You're here to lead. Lead your own life with intention. That starts with presence. And presence begins with posture. Finally, speak clearly. Stop mumbling through life. Your voice is more powerful than you think. Every time you speak, you send a message, not just with your words, but with your tone, clarity, and energy. If you rush your words, whisper them, or trail off, people tune out. It's not that your ideas don't matter. It's that your delivery undermines them. Slow down. Speak with intention. You don't need big, fancy words. Just speak honestly. Speak like what you're saying matters. Because it does. Clarity builds trust. Confidence isn't about being loud, it's about being understood. And it all connects: getting up on time, staying focused, holding yourself tall, and speaking clearly. These aren't isolated habits. They're pieces of a powerful system. A system for building the strongest version of you. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you motivation on a silver platter. The only way forward is through the small, daily choices you make. So rise with purpose. Work with focus. Stand with strength. Speak with clarity. And build your life, one habit, one decision, one day at a time. Speak with clarity, live with intention. Every word you say has power, but only if you speak with intention. There's a major difference between someone who speaks with clarity and someone who hides behind half sentences, hesitations, or filler words. Your voice has the potential to open doors, earn trust, and set the tone in any room. But that only happens when your message is clear. If your thoughts feel jumbled, don't rush into speaking. Pause. Take a breath. Then speak calmly and deliberately. Make one point at a time. Simplicity and structure give your words strength. This isn't about saying more, it's about saying what matters, in a way people can truly hear. Better communication always starts with clarity. Your voice follows you into the most important moments of your life: job interviews, first impressions, high-stakes meetings, and personal conversations. If you can't express yourself with confidence, you'll miss out on opportunities you're already ready for, not because you lack ability, but because your voice didn't show it. Think about the people you admire. What do they have in common? They speak with presence. You can do that too. But you have to train yourself, slow down, choose your words, and mean what you say. When you speak clearly, people feel safe. They stop guessing what you mean. They trust your words, and that trust builds connection. Clear speech isn't about being someone else, it's about becoming the strongest version of who you already are. Stop mumbling. Stop trailing off. Stop ending strong ideas with "I don't know." Don't apologize for your voice before you've even used it. Speak like someone who belongs in the room, because you do. Your thoughts matter, but only if you give them the voice they deserve. Part of speaking with strength is learning to say no clearly, confidently, and without guilt. Every time you hesitate to say no, you allow someone else to manage your time. And when your day fills up with everyone else's needs, there's no space left for your goals. You don't struggle because you lack talent, you struggle because you've said yes too often to the wrong things. Time is your responsibility. No one is coming to protect it for you. No one will tap you on the shoulder and say, "You've done enough today. Go work on your dream now." That's your job. You must protect your calendar. You must decide what's worth your energy. And you can't be afraid to draw boundaries. Saying no isn't rude, it's honest. It's how you respect your time. And just like money, your time is limited. Spend it wisely. If something doesn't serve your purpose or align with your priorities, say no. Not with apology, but with clarity. The right people will understand. The ones who don't were never looking out for you to begin with. Sometimes the hardest person to say no to is yourself. You waste time on distractions. You give away hours to things that don't matter. You must train yourself to stop doing that. You don't have to respond to every message. You don't have to be available 24/7. You're allowed to choose your peace. You're allowed to protect your energy. You're allowed to keep your time sacred. Kindness without boundaries leads to burnout. Generosity without limits breeds resentment. You can still be supportive, but not at the cost of your own dreams. The more you practice saying no, the more natural it becomes. You stop hesitating. You start owning your time. And something beautiful happens: you begin to move forward. Saying no creates space. Master the pause, respond with intention, live with clarity. There's a powerful difference between someone who reacts and someone who responds. A reaction is quick, emotional, and often impulsive. A response, on the other hand, is calm, intentional, and thoughtful. The former can damage relationships, create regret, and escalate conflict. The latter builds trust, preserves peace, and reflects growth. And the gap between the two? Just a few seconds. In a world that's always speeding up, where we're pushed to reply fast, decide quickly, and act without thinking, learning how to pause is a superpower. Because when you pause, you take back control. You stop letting emotions dictate your decisions. You shift from chaos to clarity. You don't let the moment overpower you, you anchor yourself in it. Most situations that spiral out of control could have been avoided with one deep breath. A few seconds to cool your system. A few moments to check your tone before you speak. A pause to ask yourself, is this helpful? Or am I just feeding the fire? Breathing deeply isn't just a technique for stress, it's a tool for awareness. When your body feels overwhelmed, your breath brings you back. Your thoughts may race, but your breath slows them down. It's the fastest way to ground yourself. Stop. Breathe slowly. Wait for the emotion to settle. That's how you respond with strength instead of regret. You don't always need to have the last word. You don't need to win every disagreement. You don't have to prove yourself by matching someone else's fire. That's not strength. That's insecurity masked as power. True strength is walking away with your peace intact. It's choosing to respond with dignity, even when someone else loses theirs. It's holding your center when everything around you is pushing for drama. That's maturity. That's growth. Some people will test you. They'll try to provoke you. Push your buttons. But every time you respond with calm, you deny them control over your emotions. That's not weakness, it's wisdom. You're not being passive. You're being precise. You're not avoiding emotions, you're managing them. You're choosing to lead yourself, not be led by the moment. Emotional intelligence doesn't mean ignoring what you feel, it means learning to sit with it before you act. It's the ability to pause, reflect, and then respond with intention. Anyone can lash out. Anyone can interrupt. Anyone can fire back in anger. But it takes real discipline to slow down when your body wants to speed up. And here's the truth, once words are spoken, they can't be undone. Once actions are taken in anger, they leave scars. But you can stop them before they happen. You can catch yourself. You can pause, breathe, and choose a better response. One you'll be proud of. One that strengthens your character, not chips away at it. And over time, this builds self-trust. You stop fearing conflict because you trust your ability to handle it. You stop feeling like life controls you, because you've learned how to control yourself. The key to this isn't found in a crisis. It's found in the small moments, when someone cuts you off in traffic. When you're standing in a long line. When something minor doesn't go your way. Practice your calm then. Build the habit of breathing before reacting. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. You don't need to be loud to be strong. You don't need to be aggressive to be clear. You don't need to be reactive to be passionate. That's the power of calm. And it starts with one deep breath. But calm isn't just for the moment, it shapes how you live. Especially at night. What you put into your mind before bed matters more than most people realize. If your evenings are filled with random videos, endless scrolling, and noisy distractions, you're training your brain to crave stimulation, not growth. Every night, you have a choice, feed your mind or numb it. One builds clarity, the other dulls it. If you go to sleep every night without reading something useful, something that stretches your thinking, don't be surprised if you wake up feeling scattered and uninspired. Growth doesn't just happen in the morning hustle. It starts with your evening habits. Replace the scroll with a book. Replace noise with ideas. Not as pressure but as privilege. Reading isn't a chore, it's a chance to build the life you say you want. Let it become a ritual, a moment of stillness that sharpens your mind and reminds you of who you're becoming. Because life doesn't reward entitlement. It rewards effort. And no one is coming to save you. No one owes you the life you want. If you want something, start building it. Not later. Not when it's easier. Now. With what you've got. That mindset is powerful. It shifts you from waiting to creating. From blaming to owning. From hoping to doing. The moment you stop expecting the world to hand you things, you free yourself. You stop needing applause to stay motivated. You stop depending on validation to keep going. You do the work because it matters. Strong minds don't keep score. They don't say, I was good, now I deserve a reward. They say, this work is shaping me. I'll keep showing up. That's ownership. That's what builds a great life. Every day, remind yourself, no one owes me anything, and that's a gift. It means I'm free. Free to grow. Free to lead. Free to earn every inch of my progress. And it all begins with one small act of strength, a pause, a breath, and the courage to respond, not react.